All right, fair use disclaimer. It's your brother Wab Rum. You're back with another lesson, Lord willing, and be edifying. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahab, Rakak, Wadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 men of the Lord you see on the highways and byways, prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Also in the correct doctrine. I want to send a shalom to the one-third men, women, and children that will escape the judgment of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai by their faith. I just want to bring out another lesson. As you see, symptoms to watch for as kids and adults hit hard by new flu variant. Now, I grew up in here in Babylon the Great all my life, and I've never heard of a flu variant. You know, only time they come up with the sickness of variants were from the CV-19. As you see right here, flu activity rises sharply across the U.S. with at least 75 million illnesses, CDC says. It's a lot of people sick, man. And it might be coming from that jab. Can't say for sure. But it spiked all of a sudden. And as you see, you said flu activity high, very high. And these are states that is very high amongst. So this sickness is a major plague, man. And you see world's most contagious virus detected at two major American airports. So we seeing a lot of plagues coming, man. And it's just the beginning. Now check this out.
What we're seeing currently with the flu is that we have a new strain out, a new variant called H3N2, which is very, very contagious and is hitting kids and adults. This new strain has symptoms of really high fevers. It has a really bad cough that won't go away, very phlegmy, and also vomiting and diarrhea and lots of joint aches, as well as muscle aches that we're seeing in both kids and adults. On a U.S. basis, we're seeing 5 million new cases of flu already in December, 1,900 deaths, which means we have to be careful. Just today, I've gotten 15 phone calls with flu positive patients. So we need to know what to do to protect our families, especially as we're heading into the holidays. Vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate. It remains your biggest protection. So vaccinate everyone 6 months and over against the flu, everyone 6 months and over against COVID-19. And if you're eligible for RSV vaccine for everyone who is less than 8 months of age or babies and older adults greater than 60 years of age with chronic medical conditions, so we protect everyone. 2, frequent hand washing. We need to make sure that we're keeping up the hygiene. And number 3, if you are sick, before going to your holiday gathering, please mask up. Don't go kissing that newborn baby or grandma or grandpa at this time. Make sure that we protect our most vulnerable so that we head into the holiday season, everyone's safe, and going into 2026 all together as a family.
And this right here came out before the holidays, and I just want to, held on to it to bring it out now because it's only spiking. It's only spiking. And now you see right here a super flu. Now we just seen in the beginning the first article or headlines about the 75 million. It is, like I said, it's only the beginning. You see, it's going to hit real soon in the early 2026 because a lot of people are dying from this as well, man. And this is the plagues that we're seeing that's coming on Egypt once again. Now check this out.
The time has come to put your mask back on. They calling this shit the super flu. Call this shit COVID 2.0.
This morning, there are growing concerns as flu cases are spiking. The latest CDC data shows nearly 5 million cases have been reported nationwide. There have also been 50,000 hospitalizations and 2,000 deaths due to the flu.
2,000 deaths from the flu and this many cases just in a week alone? Like I said, I hope y'all putting y'all masks back on. And it's fucked up because some people probably already infected, just passing that shit around and don't even know it. I feel bad for everybody that's flying. And this shit right in time for the holiday, when everybody's supposed to be gathering for New Year's Eve. Just gonna be a whole bunch of motherfuckers passing the flu to each other. Count me out. And what's crazy, cases are growing stronger everywhere. Are you willing to risk it? Some people will, some people won't. I'll be one of the ones that won't.
And this sickness and these plague is unavoidable, man. Because you don't know, if you go and get groceries, you got to go out and about and function amongst the people, man. Because you got jobs, you got to, you go out to eat or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But this right here is truly the spirit of Yahweh Shai Shai has to be with us to protect us from these viruses, these sickness, these plagues, because you're not gonna know what this sickness is. You're not gonna know if your family has it. You have to function in society, and this is all going to stem from your faith in the Lord, man. Because I remember last time the CV-19, I had it, and I was hospitalized for 5 days, man. And I believed and continue to believe and have faith in the Lord, man. And the Lord blessed me to make it through. And I always tell you, my father, he had it as well, but he didn't make it. So this is going into having faith in the Lord, man, because if you don't believe in the Lord at times we're coming into, you're not going to make it through.
Not going crazy if you think that this sickness that you've recently gone through is worse than it has been in previous years, because there is something that is happening right now that you should know. So basically, there is a new mutated version of the flu that we are currently battling all over the entire globe, and it is highly contagious. Experts are referring to this as influenza A, which is H3N2, also called subclad K. And this mutated version of the flu is being blamed for over half of the entire globe's flu cases right now. Many people have also realized that the flu vaccination is not showing to be very effective with this flu because of the symptoms being so severe this year. And with any flu, the symptoms could be severe, including fever, chills, headache, fatigue, cough, sore throat, or even runny nose. Also, pay attention to this list that is ranked as the worst cities to live in with this flu case right now. It makes sense that New York City is listed at the very top of this list, but then shortly after, New York State, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Louisiana, and Colorado are the worst. Then we have Massachusetts all the way down to South Carolina, and lastly, Washington, D.C., Maryland, North Carolina, and Georgia. I keep you guys updated about everything that happens in the news, especially when it can be something this serious, so be sure to add me and come back tomorrow for another update like this.
Well, you have it, man. Now, it's sweeping through just like CV-19 started. It started slow. A couple of people got it, and then it just, went into overdrive. And it seems like it's going to happen that same way, but way worse. And we know that BG said it'll get their attention the next time. So this is right here. It's showing us that things are at the end, man. It's gonna get bad, man. And that's why these lessons go up to teach our people. This is it, man. This is no looking back to the good old times. In other words, man, because you got to prepare yourself mentally and spiritually to go through these major events, these plagues that we're going into, man. And your faith is going to be tested. Your faith is going to be tested, man, without a shadow of a doubt. And check this out.
Get your snacks ready, America, because Congress is about to shut down the entire kitchen again. So here we go again, folks. We are officially counting down to another government shutdown in January 2026. Now, it's right around the corner, and this is after we just dealt with the longest government shutdown in history, 43 days. And it wasn't a shutdown, it was a hostage situation with fluorescent lighting. And guess what? Congress still doesn't have an agreement for funding fiscal year 2026. So I expect the government to shut down again. So last time Republicans lied about health care to get government reopened, and Democrats fell for it like a buy one, get one free scam at a flea market. Now, if Democrats fall for it again this time, you can guarantee they'll never win any more elections either. And I'm going to tell you the real problem. Time. Congress only has until January 30th to get their stuff together. That's it. The Senate only works 15 days in January, and the House only works 12 days. Must be nice, right? That means somewhere between brunch, fundraising, and pretending to read bills, they've got to pass a budget. That's like trying to cook a whole Thanksgiving meal with 5 minutes left on the clock and no groceries. And in the meantime, millions of Americans are about to see their healthcare premiums spike out of control. So folks are stressed out of their minds while Congress is doing what they do best. Nothing. And let's be honest, Republican lawmakers don't want to govern. They just want to clock in and collect that $170-something thousand a year to do nothing. I told y'all, Republicans don't govern, they bully. And when bullying doesn't work, the whole system breaks. Elections have consequences. Y'all tired of winning yet?
And see, the government shutdown is shutting down its healthcare as well, because they're going to turn a lot of people away if they don't have healthcare. And you see it going that way, and you see it going that direction, as well as this new shutdown that's coming, man. When they shut this thing down, through the Spirit, I believe this is the shutdown that's going to cause the MOTB to be introduced. And I heard Apostle Hall bring that out before, and it makes all the sense in the world that they would do it like that, because everyone is going to be on their basically going to be on their in a weak point, as they was when this first shutdown happened. They was very weak. Anything that Esau wanted to bring in, they was ready to do, because they weren't able to get food stamps. They was able to pay their, Section 8 and all these different benefits from the government, house, children, daycare assistance, and all these different WIC, all of that, man. So just imagine now, when we're coming into another shutdown, they already have the numbers on how people reacted, how they, how they was planning to steal and go and rob, all the videos they brung up. So Esau is strategic, man. Esau is very strategic on the things he's going to do, man. But this is going to lead to a lot of people being sick and being cut off and be put to death, because the sicknesses that you're seeing, man, is killing people, man. He said it was over 2,000 people that died from this new variant of flu, man. This is two different new diseases that is basically worse than these flus, man. But through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the elect, the men of the Lord, will be protected. And you will have men of the Lord curing diseases, man, as they were in the ancient world, man. So let's start here in Luke 9, in verse 1. It says, "Then he called his disciples together and gave them power and authority over all devils." This is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He gave his men of the Lord power over all devils, man, and to cure diseases. See that? The men of the Lord will be curing diseases, man. The men of the Lord will be curing diseases. Not saying I can't tell you what man of the Lord is going to be curing diseases, but the Lord is going to amplify the men of the Lord in these last days, man. Verse 2, it says, "And he sent them to preach the kingdom of power and to heal the sick." And see that? That goes to show you that it's men of the Lord that's teaching his word. The correct doctrine is going to be healing the sick, man, because they're teaching the kingdom of heaven. And that's how we know for a fact the Lord is going to be with his men, as he said, especially at the end of the world, man. This is John 14. And we'll start at verse 8. It says, "Philip saith unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Show us the Father, and it sufficeth us. Yahushua saith unto him, Have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that knoweth, my phone, is that he that hath seen me have seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, Show us the Father?" So basically telling Philip, I look just like my Father, man. You see me, you see him. Verse 10, it says, "Believest thou not that I am in the Father and the Father in me?" See that? That's plain, man. I look just like my Father and the Father's in me. It says, "The words that I speak unto you are as I speak unto my, I speak not of myself, but the Father." And that's what we're doing. We're speaking of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. We're not speaking our own words, man. Because the Spirit of the Lord put on us to do lessons, go to highways and byways and put these precepts together. It's all from the Lord, man. We're speaking as men of the Lord. Verse 10, one more time, it says, "Believest thou not that I am in the Father and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me. He doeth the works." See that? He doeth the works. So the man of the Lord is going to be performing these miracles, and the Lord is going to be doing the work through the men of the Lord, man. It's not nobody's going to be able to take credit for healing someone, curing them from diseases, curing them from this or that. This is going to be the Lord working through the men of the Lord, man. See, he doeth the works. So no man is going to take credit for curing someone, man. It's going to be, we did it through the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And that's how we know for a fact his name is in us. And anyone is teaching against that and saying we don't have the name, the Lord is not dealing with them, man. And we can see that plain as day. Verse 11, it says, believe me that I am in the Father and the Father in me. So you got to believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua for these miracles to work for you. You got to believe that the Lord is with us, or or with the men of the Lord, man. It says, or else believe me for the very work's sake. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do. And see, the Lord is going to give the spirit of his men to do these miracles because we believe and have faith in him, man. And Lord, when I'm a part of that number, man, that make it to the very end, man. And see, we're believing in the name of the Lord, man. We're not just testifying of the name of the Lord. We believe that is the power that we have on this side, man. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father, and whatsoever ye ask, ye shall ask in my name. See that? That name is very important. And whatever you should do in my name, see that? That will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. See that? That the Father may be glorified in the Son. So you have to know those names, man. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is requiring us to be men of the Lord and to bring his children back to him, man. Not to get our own glory, man. That's why you going out and thinking, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No, man, it's the Lord, man. Verse 14, it says, if ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. See that? We have to know the name, man. And we know the name. Because this right here is very important, man. Because you're not glorifying the Father if you're not glorifying his name, man. And the things that we're going to be doing is through Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, not your name. You're not going to do it in your name. You're going to do it in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, that the Father may be glorified. And we got clear examples of men of the Lord doing miracles in the name of the Father, and the Father being glorified. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. This is Acts 5 in verse 12. It says, and by the hands of the apostles were many signs and wonders wrought among the people. And they were all with one accord in Solomon's porch. And of the rest durst no man join themselves to them, but the people magnified them. See that? The people magnified them, and believers were the more added to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. See that? They believed in the men of the Lord, and more people was added to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua through the miracles that was done through his prophets, man, through the apostles. It says multitudes both of men and women, and so much that they brought forth the sick in the streets. See that? They brought forth the sick in the streets and laid them on beds and couches, that at the least the shadow of Peter passed by might overshadow some of them. And they were so, but they believed in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and his men, that they just brung out the people just so the shadow of the men of the Lord, which was Peter, would just cover them. And this goes to show you that the Lord is going to be doing miracles through the men of the Lord, man. Especially in these times we're coming into, man. Verse 16, it says, there came also a multitude out of the city round about unto Jerusalem, bringing sick folks, and them which were vexed with unclean spirits. And they were healed, every one. See that? And they were healed, every one. So that goes to show you that the Lord is going to do miracles through his men, man. Just like he did in the ancient world, man. Just to believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to be your healing medicine, man. You ain't gonna have to take and then all of that though, you see that they recall all these different over the counter medicines, man. So it's set it up for a major sickness and plagues to come, in which you're seeing them form now. This is Acts 6 and verse 8. It says, and Stephen, full of faith and power, did great wonders and miracles among the people. See that men of the Lord play a major part in the whole scope of things, man. And Stephen, being a man of the Lord, he was able to he was full of faith and power. See that? Stephen was full of faith and power, man. So these regular men, you think they're just going to work and just got their families and they just preaching just for the hell of it. No, these men are going to be tasked with healing men and women and children. And see, this is very heavy, man, because these trying times are coming, man, and it's not going to stop, man. It's not going to be changed or put off. We seeing it happening, man. These sicknesses are coming fast, man. World War III it's at the cusp of going nuclear, man. So the MOTB is one of the last major prophecies that need to come to the stage, man. This is Acts 19 and verse 11. It says, and power wrought special miracles by the hands of Paul. See that? Special miracles by the hands of Paul. So that from his body were brought unto the sick handkerchiefs or aprons, and the diseases departed from them. See that? Just by the handkerchiefs and aprons was people healed, man. By the hands of Paul. It says, and the disease departed from them, and the evil spirits went out from them. See, these diseases are evil spirits, man. These parasites and all these different diseases that Esau conjure up to put in these in the air, or, in the water, whatever. But the point is, special miracles were done through his men. It was done through his men in the ancient world, and it's going to be done through his men now in this present time, man. New Living Translation, it says, power gave Paul the power to perform unusual miracles. See that? The Lord is going to give his man power over everything, man. Good News Translation, it says, power was performing unusual miracles through Paul. See that? Because the power that we have is going to be through the Lord. It's not going to be nothing that's going to be done by us. And the Lord has given us power over everything because he's going to be in us doing these works. So we're going to have power over everything, man. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai is a man of his word, man. And we wholeheartedly believe the Lord is going to do exactly what this word said he was going to do, man. This is Acts 2. Get it in the King James. This is Acts 2. In verse 21, it says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall be saved. And we know that the men of the Lord are going to be called on that name, man. So if you don't know the name, you're going to get it in the kingdom. That means you're just telling yourself that you're going to be destroyed on the side, and you will come in the kingdom and know the Lord then. Through the men of the Lord that was established and confirmed on this side. Because it's clearly telling you have to know the name, man. In several scriptures I read that this is the key to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, his name, man. One more time, Acts 2:21, it says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall be saved. Ye men of Israel. See that? It's plainly telling you, men of Israel, this is your key to salvation. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Yahushai of Nazareth, a man approved of power among you by miracles and wonders and signs which power did by him. See that? Which the Lord did through him. And that's what Yahushai told Philip. The works I do is through the Father, because the Father is in me. And see, the Father, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is in us. And that's how we're going to be doing these miracles before the people, man. And he was approved, man. So if you're not calling a name, you're not approved from the Lord, man. You weren't approved to be a man of the Lord, man. Again, 22, it says, and ye men of Israel, hear these words, Yahushua of Nazareth, a man approved of power among you by miracles and works and signs which power did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know. See that? As ye yourselves also know. So you seen the miracles that was done, man. You seen the miracles that was done. And you're going to see the miracles that's done through him again, but it's going to be done through his men. And see, we know that the Lord is with us because he's continued to push us to continue on in the faith. If you're not believing and having faith in the Lord, you're going to get weak, man. And you're ultimately going to fall out of the truth or fall short in some type of way because your faith, your time, your effort is not in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. This is John 3 and verse 1. It says, there was a man of the Philistines named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Yahushua by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from the Most High power, for no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except power be with him. See that? This goes to show you the Lord has to be with you. The Lord has to be with you. And Nicodemus knew this was true because he said he knew that nobody could do these miracles unless the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, be with you. And this is the whole point of my message. The Lord has to be with you to do these miracles that he's going to perform on the earth, man. You're not going to be able to walk through life and not need the Lord, man. It ain't set up that way. Verse 3 says, Yahushua answered and said unto him, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of power. And see, your mindset has to change and believe in the Lord, man. You can't do miracles on your own, man. You're not going to be able to go through this spiritual fight of faith in the last days with your own power, man. You can't lean on your own understanding. A man has to teach you the way, as we all been taught of the way, and continue on in this way because that's the way the Lord had it set up, man. This is a spiritual fight of faith, and you have to be, like you said, you have to put off the old man, man, to continue on in this faith, man. For the Lord to wash you with the word, for you to be taken from the mindset of the world to the spiritual mindset of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. This is John 15 and verse 7. It says, if ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. And that's what we asking the Lord for mercy. You know what I'm saying? We asking the Lord for more of his spirit. And we will soon ask the Lord for that healing power, man. And we're going to be asking in the name of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, man. That's why a lot of our people are going to be healed through that name, and a lot of men and women are going to be saved by that name, man. They're going to come into the faith of the Lord through that name. Verse 10, it says, verse 9, Salakia, it says verse 9. Verse 8 again, Salakia. It says, herein is my Father glorified. See that? We have to glorify the Father. And what happened to Moses when he didn't glorify the Father? He wasn't able to go into the promised land, man. So you're not going to make that mistake Moses did, because you're not going to have an opportunity to make that mistake. You're already slated for judgment. Verse 8, it says, herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit. So shall ye be my disciples. See that? You bear much fruit for you to be my disciple. And that's glorifying the Lord and leading men and women to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Verse 9, it says, as the Father have loved me, so have I loved you. See that? The Lord loves us, man. That's why he put us on this path of faith. Continue ye in my love. See that? Continue ye in my love. And that's what our mission is to do. Continue in the love of the Lord and bringing men and women to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That's the mission. Because everything that's going to come with this faith is going to come. We don't have to make it, try to make it come. If we stay firm and stay faithful, everything the Lord written for us to have, we're going to have, man. This is Matthew 21, in verse 21, it says, Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, verily I say unto you, if ye have faith and doubt not, ye shall not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if ye shall say unto the mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, it shall be done. See that? Everything you ask in the Lord's name is going to be done. And the Lord telling you truly, let me get this another translation, just to make it plain for someone. New Living Translation, it says, then Yahweh Shai told them, I tell you the truth. See that? I tell you the truth. If you have faith and don't doubt, and that's plain, man. That's the point I wanted. If you don't doubt, if you believe and have faith in the Lord and don't doubt, you'll be able to do the same things the Lord did, man. Because he was going into him him sending a curse on the fig tree. And he told him, you'll be able to, and a fig tree wither right away. And this is the Lord, what the Lord was telling his disciples, man. If you have faith and don't doubt, you can do things like this and much more. Woo, and much more. You can even say to this mountain, may you be lifted up and thrown down into the sea, and it will happen. And that's the reason why we know that we have to have the name, because that name alone, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, is power, man. That's our power source, man. Good News Translation. Yahweh Shai answered, assure you that if you believe and do not doubt, you will be able to do what I have done to this fig tree. And not only this, but you will even be able to say to this hill, get up and throw yourself into the sea, and it will slacken. So we know the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to be on this man, man. And a lot of major things are going to be happening through the men of the Lord, man. Miracles are going to be performed by your regular jakes. You think, not regular jakes, but these regular men that you think is just going on the highways and byways just for the hell of it. They call it, a lot of people think you're just cussing out the white man and you talking bad about people and you wanting women to be in order. A lot of miracles are going to be done by the men of the Lord, man. Just teaching the correct doctrine, calling the correct name, and believing and having faith and not doubting Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So Lord willing, was that if I'm in it there. Shalom, shalom.